Hi. Bring, it's me. And it's 8:12. And I just forgot to vlog today. It's like Vlogmas Day 20. And I just did not pick up my camera to vlog today. I did a lot today. I did a lot today that I could have vlogged. And I had things written down to vlog. And I just didn't do it. I don't know what overtook me. I just went into like doing mode, and vlogging was apparently not on the list of things to do. But Jordan has dinner just about cooked, which is amazing. He were off early today, which was amazing. I think that was another thing that threw me off, is I get a phone call in the middle of the day saying they were closing early, so we came home early. The cats are eating. That's how late it is. The cats are eating dinner. My dinner is almost ready. And I don't know what to say. I'm so sorry that I don't know. I don't really know what's going on in my brain today. I just, like, everything is, like, open and half done. Like, I just kept picking things up and putting them down. Like, I went full ADHD girl today. And I don't know. What we're gonna do for this Vlogmas, instead of doing the 9 different things that I said I was gonna do today, that I wanted to do today, we're gonna talk about my books. So if you are interested in listening to me yap about the first book in the female series by Invi Wright, and Invi Wright, INVI Wright. If you want to listen to me yap about this first book, warning, it's a fantasy romance novel. Second warning, it's a reverse harem. If you know what that is, I'm not going to explain it to you. This is your warning. If your kids are in the room, get them out. I don't know if you have kids. I don't have them, so I'm going to yell about this. Anyway, so book 1, I finished, and I'm going to... How do I say this in a nice way? Because it doesn't sound nice when I say it, but I mean it in a good way. So, I mean this in the best way. It is kind of like reading ACOTAR if it was written like Throne of Glass. Like the first book in Throne of Glass, where I'm not going to say it's badly written, because I couldn't have written it any better. But it felt like I wrote it. Does that make sense? Like I don't mean that it's bad and that she's a bad writer. I'm not coming for her, because I could not do any better. I want to make that so clear. I could not have written this any better. And maybe the other books get better. And I think that's what happens. I don't know if she's written other books, and that's not to say that it was bad. It wasn't bad. I felt like I could have done the same. So, I don't know what that means. And so take that with a grain of salt. I'm not coming for her. That's all. I'm just trying to give you an idea of what the writing style is. My biggest complaint about the writing style is it felt like, we're getting the criticisms out of the way first, because I liked a lot of things. We're getting the criticisms out of the way. I felt like time was a weird soup, and I don't know if that was on purpose. Like, I'm still confused over, like, the period of time the book takes place over, because there's weird jumps between chapters and in chapters, and maybe that's just my misunderstanding, but that is just, like, what it felt like. I don't know. Like, I feel like I'd have to read it again to really grasp the timeline. It felt like it should be months, but it also felt like it was 4 days. But I know there was, like, weeks in between certain periods, so I don't really know. Like, I don't know. And that's really, like, my only big complaint, is that it just felt like a weird soup. I was a little confused on timeline, and it felt like I was reading ACOTAR, but a Throne of Glass version of ACOTAR. And that's, like, not a bad thing. I liked both. Both really good. Anyway, so let's talk about the plot, which I may have lost, because, like, we've developed, I don't think I've read it right. But essentially, it is about this woman. I'm pretty sure she's 25 at the point we're reading this book. And it does that, like, born sexy yesterday thing. And, I mean, she does get around it by, like, saying that, like, her family did give her, like, romance novels, and, like, she's masturbating and, like, stuff like that. But it does really feel Born Sexy Yesterday sort of vibes, which I'm not really super into Born Sexy Yesterday. But anyway, the premise is that all women stopped being born, stopped giving birth to women, and at some point, but also at some other point, it's like our reality, the human world, also demons exist through portals and are a part of the world, and like orcs and vampires, like it is fantasy in that way. But it's like alternate timeline fantasy, like they have TVs and the news and cell phones, but there's also demons. So it gives Crescent City vibes in that way. And that's fine by me. And essentially the girl gets found out. I mean, it's super common apparently. There's like this raid and there's like 50 women found and she's sold at auction and she's all naked and the rest is drag. But anyway, she gets bought by this like group of demons who are, I mean, one of them is like the King of Wrath and the other is an incubus succubi and the other one is a fate, which the fates kind of sound like angels. I'm not gonna say that she's wrong for having it be a demon. Still not sure if it's a demon. So, pretty sure he's supposed to be a demon. Feels like an angel though, but that's okay. And essentially, these 3 demons are bonded or will be bonded. All like they've decided to all bond the same female. Do I really know what bonds are in this context of this book in her world? No. It just sounds like they decide, like it's not like a fated mates situation. It's like, I bond you. Let's pork. I don't know. But I know how the bonds work for the King of Wrath because he cannot have penetration and climax without bonding. So he's like a virgin in the sense of that. So there's weird loopholes and time is a weird soup and it is ultra confusing. Also the like succubus incubus boyfriend that like she's essentially bought for him to feed off of. He does that thing where like he is so protective of her, like, and he takes his job of protecting her so seriously that it's to her detriment, that he like leaves out information because he doesn't like want to upset her, but that information was like vital for her to like not get into bad situations, and I don't like that. Like, I just tell the girl, you bought her, tell her. Am I just complaining about this book because I didn't hate it? I read it and I liked it. But I think I'm complaining because I liked it. I should unpack that. I'm not going to unpack that right now. But, I mean, this isn't really a good ad for this book because I think it's good and I'm going to read the other books. There's the book 2, there's 4 books, I think. I'm going to read all 4. For sure. I'm going to be confused the whole time. But I'm going to read them, so don't come at me. And I recommend that you read them if it is something you feel safe and comfortable reading, if that's your vibe. You know? If that isn't your vibe, that's okay. It doesn't need to be your vibe. But I'm telling you, it's kind of my vibe. But honestly, it does sometimes feel like I'm reading for the plot. And I'm very interested in this, like, I think what draws me in is the female decline stuff. And I'm very interested in, like, that aspect and exploring the, like, political part of it all. So I just kind of feel like I'm reading porn for the plot at this point. But I'm okay with that. So if you want to read for the plot, or you just want to read the smut, do it. I recommend it. The female series. It's on Kindle Unlimited. Get it. Was this a good ad? Because it's not a paid ad. Like, it's just how I feel. But I'm telling you the truth. But I'm also telling you to read it if you feel good about reading something like that. I'm not very good at this, am I? I should go to sleep and eat my dinner. Okay. Thank you for listening to me rant at you about a book. If you like this video, give it a like. Eek, 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 eek. See you tomorrow. Hopefully, I remember. Bye!